Hello everyone, I'm Duke James. This is Vietnam 3.0. In the last episode we attacked Lingnan, we took these three provinces. In between episodes, I went ahead a little bit and I think like a couple months, but Lingnan is no longer a rival to me. Well, I broke the rivalry, but I eclipsed them. So on the bottom there's eclipsed Lingnan, which means they are not rival to me. I'm not rival to them, so I can go ahead and sell provinces. So I'm going to do the original plan, which was to sell these provinces. If I couldn't have done that, I was going to release these provinces. I could release this, or return it as U. And then I was going to make them a tributary, because for me, tributaries, I can have tributaries in this campaign. I'm not going to try to get 1 million of them or anything, but I think tributaries are okay, because they're far, in my opinion, inferior to vassals, because they don't get called in. They only give you stuff once a year. They don't give you monthly income. You can't steer trade. Pretty much you only get that yearly tributary. That yearly tribute. So I'm going to sell these provinces back. And this one province down here, Lingnan, will pay 1,109 ducats, which is going to give me massive inflation, but inflation schmation. That's 1,100 ducats. I was looking at these provinces, about 600 ducats for both of them. 12 development between the two. This one sold for a lot because it has 23 development. But I can't hold these provinces, so my original intention was to sell them back for money. Did get a whole lot of aggressive expansion with some countries though, so that came at a cost. But I don't think I'm going to expand anytime soon. So that should be fine. I'm thinking, though, this probably won't last for a while, so Xia is not going to be my ally for a while, either because Xia is going to unify China and become too strong and then break the alliance, or Xia will be either conquered or eaten by one of these powers up here, Song or Ming. But then I actually looked up here. Xia is allied with Song. Xia is allied with Song and me. And they have Jingchu as a vassal state, which probably is not going to help them because it's just a one-province country. Ming is allied with Song. So Song is allied with both Ming and Xia. So these two countries are probably not going to attack each other because Song will join the other side. In terms of troops, the Mongols actually have the most at about 60,000, so these guys have the most, but in order to expand south, they would have to attack Song, and if they attack Song, then they call in Xia and Ming, so they're not going to do that. Even though they have 60,000 troops, Song has 35,000 troops, Ming has 34,000, and Xia has 14,000, which is not great, and a lot less than I thought they would have. But I think as long as Xia remains allied with Song, Ming won't attack them, and Xia won't attack Ming because they don't have the troops for that anyway, and Yuan can't penetrate south because they can't get past Song and Ming and Xia combined. So I think, unless one of these countries is inherited through an event or something, if it stays like this, it could stay like this for a while. If there is no inheriting. So that would be the best thing for me, because then they can do that stuff up there, and then I can just stay down here and loot Lingnan, which destroys their economy, but gives me ducats, so I think that's a good play. I'm gonna rival Liang. And then when I can, I'm going to attack them with Xia as well. Yeah, I'm gonna call in Zia. I could call in Ayutthaya. I only have 13 favors with them. I don't think I need them. They're allied with Dali. But Zia and my troops should be able to attack those two countries. Dali has 7,000 troops, and Liang has 11,000, so... Dali is Tech 6. I think we're Tech 8. Yeah, we're Tech 8, so... we should be able to handle that. And this will be a humiliate rival, so I'm not going to be able to take territory, although I do want this province. I'll work on a claim on that province to take that. Plus, I can't really... should let my aggressive expansion cool down anyway, so... this will be good for power projection as well. Power projection and cash, and then I'll have them transfer trade. That's my goals, at least. So I'll go ahead and attack them. Probably should have sold these two provinces, actually, because you can't do that at war. That's alright. I'll eventually do that. We have a lot of cash now. 2,100 ducats. I'm thinking 1380 I'll do the next 10-year plan. For now, actually, so autonomy, here's the autonomy mode, map mode. I'm going to focus on trying to reduce autonomy in order to weaken the nobility, because I have to get their power below 60% in order to revoke stuff from them, which I think I mentioned that. I can't do any of these revocations of their privileges unless I get them down below 60. Where's that? No, that's influence, actually. Faction influence. Weakening their power should reduce their faction influence as well. So I think autonomy is still a good thing that I can do right now. Because I could directly reduce their influence by cracking down on them, but that reduces relations by 30 and noble loyalty by 20. So I don't think that's a great thing to do, especially now since relations with the nobility is at a premium. I really don't want to do that, so I'll just have to weaken them. Autonomy should be a good thing to weaken them with. So I'm not going to do a plan for autonomy. I think I could, but autonomy is kind of a thing that happens over time, so I guess it's like it's a 400-year autonomy plan, essentially. But what I'm getting at is I'm going to build a harborage in this province, Namsach. Because I think I'm going to move the capital here. I'm either going to move it here or here, which is only one province away, but these both have... this one is on the ocean, which I like. And it has a natural location. This one has a natural location as well. So those are good provinces to build up trade centers in, and you get more merchants from your capital trade centers, so I think it's good to move it to one of those provinces. Actually, let's see how much that costs. Harborage rank 3, add an extra unit, 371 ducats. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this irrigation was built in this province. So that's good. That should increase their production of food and fiber. But the effect is doubled from 10% to 20%. All these provinces are not good in terms of profitability of farmlands. But that should... balance itself out eventually. We're still negative. We're hardly negative, actually. Because of war reps. So Zia canceled their subsidies. And we're negative 24 ducats. Property income is a lot of that. So we make negative 53 property income. So that will balance itself out eventually. But I have a huge treasury to absorb that. Also a couple loans. Let's go ahead and pay off those loans right now. Don't want to think I have more money than I actually do. Let's do severe looting. Their capital's right here, so it's actually right next to me. I could actually march on that. I'll wait till Zia comes down, see where their troops are. I'm also building a cav unit. Burden of taxation. Property maintenance decreased. Probably because I got rid of half my farmland, which was most of the property. Losing about a duck at 30, that's alright. Zia's building a bunch of troops. Let's go up here and just grab this province. Actually, alright, there are some troops there. I have a 1 siege general, 4 cannon. I think that's 2 bonus to forts, so they have a fort level 3. That's Liang. Wondering if I should attack them. If I attack them there, yeah, that would be really great to attack them there. Let's see if I can catch them there. They decided to retreat some of their troops. Oh yeah, if I can catch them here as well, that'd be great. Nope. Alright, well I took out about 3,000 troops. They want to siege down one of these forts, that's fine. I want to move for their capital. I'm just gonna keep all my troops together. That is negative 54% fort defense in their capital. That's pretty bad fort defense. Let's see. One other thing I'm going to do is supporting the bureaucracy, expand the bureaucracy, get some state reach. For negative 50% progress towards stability, but some positive relations between the bureaucrats and the state, which is nice. And then corruption. Stability increase interval plus 30%. I think in terms of rebellions, there's just a mob forming. 4,000 troops. That's alright. And then I have a spy network going in Khmer to get claims down there. In terms of territory that I'm going to take, there's only 3 provinces down here that I want from Khmer. But they're 40 development total. And Khmer is Theravada, so that's actually pretty good. Looks like everybody else down here is Theravada, so that's actually not good. It's good for the Chinese powers, because the Chinese powers aren't Theravada. Everybody else down here is Theravada, though. But I seem to be okay with them, with the exception of Lanzang. So I might be able to take all 3 of those provinces in one war. Alright. What's their capital look like? Okay, 13 urban development in this capital. So, it's obviously bad that I'm killing people, reducing demand, and destroying production buildings, but I think having that money and hurting a country that borders me is better than not looting them. What does their industry look like? Their industry, their mines, farmlands, and forests are negative. Their industry is negative as well. They don't really have a whole lot of urban industry. About 300 ducats. So that paid for my harbor. Their army is going to go into Zia's territory, so that is perfect. I'm going to go try to knock out Delhi. Delhi's capital also has 13 urban development. Fort level 1 only. Wait, that's not their capital. This is their capital. Fort defense 58%, so that'll probably be harder to take than Liang's capital, but should fall just the same. Oh yeah, also, there are now, I forgot what they're called, but the things that you pair up two idea groups and then they give you policies. That's what they're called. Policies are now back in the game, except Humanist doesn't have a second idea group, so I'm not sure if they just give you that for free, or if they just forgot to put in an idea group, or maybe there's an odd number of idea groups, but that actually, if you get this for free, that's pretty good. I don't really need that. I think the biggest thing is Years of Separatism. Tolerance of Heretics and Heathens isn't bad, actually, but Years of Separatism, -5. I'm not going to be conquering a whole lot, so... But Aristocratic pairs up with Quality and gives 2.5% Discipline, which I think is actually pretty good, but I don't want to keep Aristocratic, so I don't think I'm going to get that. Admin pairs up with Logistics and gives monthly autonomy change, -0.05, which I also think that is pretty good, but I'm not sure if I want Logistics. Because Logistics gives land and naval attrition -10%. Some stuff with ships. Pathing and harborage infrastructure cost is actually pretty nice. National supply limit modifier plus 20%. Attrition for enemies. If I could do fortification, then I could stack that and I would have +6 attrition for enemies, which I think is 6% additional attrition. My only problem with attrition is that countries can just hire mercs. So I don't think attrition... I don't really fight attrition wars, because I just feel that countries always hire mercs. Manpower training cost modifier is actually pretty nice. -10%. Movement speed is a nice bonus. Not something I would get this for. Fort maintenance, stacking some more fort maintenance. National garrison growth, 10%. So I think these are like meh. I like the monthly autonomy change, but that's definitely not something that I would want to get next. I'm thinking fortification, because this also gives national unrest -3, which I think is huge. Not that huge in this campaign because I'm not expanding, so I don't think that'll be a huge thing. But if I get that, then I could get rid of. I could swap out this last policy and do a mill policy, potentially. Because this one gives national arrest -4. I wouldn't swap it out for vassal force limit contribution, because I'm not using vassals. But that's pretty good. Fort maintenance on border with rival. Probably not going to have rivals eventually, so that's meh. Attrition for enemies +3, I think that's pretty good. Fort defense is good. Fort maintenance, national garrison growth. Garrison size, 30%. You can use those larger garrisons offensively, which I like. So I think I'm going to go fortification next. That pairs up with global domain, which gives merchant trade power, which is okay, I suppose. Leadership pairs up with innovativeness. I've noticed that most of these, I can't actually get the second idea groups because they're not unlocked for me. That gives army attrition from battles. Mercenary pairs up with naval to give privateer efficiency, which I think that's pretty bad because in my last campaign I was stacking privateer efficiency and it really didn't do much because there's less trade in nodes now, less ducats. That pairs up with that for 2.5% discipline. Quantity pairs up with exploration for 25% settler chance increase. Standing army pairs up with industrial ideas and gives stability increase interval -10%. That's actually pretty good because I want stability increase interval. I want as much of that as possible because I'm going to need a lot of stability. Trade pairs up with engineering for material costs for projects. Espionage pairs up with empire for -2 national unrest. Diplomacy pairs up with evangelical for an extra missionary. I don't think I've seen evangelical. That might be a new thing, actually, because I don't even see it on this list. On this chart. Yeah, I don't see that anywhere. So I think that's a new idea group. Culture, which is something that I was thinking of, gives culture conversion resistance if you go colonialism. Bureaucracy pairs up with professional for yearly army professionalism. I think bureaucracy is something I was going to do. That is a mill group. Or it's a mill policy, so that's something that I could do. Economic pairs up with free trade for some yearly inflation reduction, admin efficiency, empire, and then humanist apparently pairs up with nobody. Some of those are meh. Some of them are pretty good, but I wouldn't want the other idea groups, so might use those, might not. I feel like that's another thing like missions that kind of pigeonholes you into a specific, oh, we're gonna get pincered here. So we can attack Liang over here. Or just try and... We're not going to be able to take that. Yeah, I'm going to move over here. Unless I wanted to piece him out. Don't care about your cores. I could actually humiliate them. That would give me 30 power projection. They would lose 30 power projection. Get some war ups. Would it be able to force them to transfer trade? I have 11,000 manpower, close to 12,000. I control Yunnan. Zia's here, so you know what? I'll chance it. Attacking them. They're gonna get here in 4 days. Can we defeat? Nope. Hold out, hold out. We lost. My hubris. Looks like Zia's army got here a little bit too late. I think that did 1% war score though, so not huge. We'll just have to rebuild that army. Got a lot of ducats. Alright, since I have a lot of ducats, I'm going to try for a level 2 advisor. I have a level 2 mill advisor. Just gotta not get aristocrats, which is very hard because they control a lot of my country. Let's not die here. Hey, Zio, your troops are on your own. Alright, another aristocrat. Actually, if I could just knock out Dali. Oh, they're a lesser... Okay, they're a vassal state. So I'm not going to be able to separate piece them. That makes sense. Jingchu is attached to me. Zia doesn't want to attach. I think Dali would be a nice province to loot. If Zia wants to attach to me. How many troops do they have? I still have a significant amount of troops. If I go in there by myself, the same thing will probably happen. That is a big province right there. What happens here? I guess I could just reinforce them. It's probably good. They won anyway. Okay. So I'm going to move into their capital. It's not their capital. I don't know why I keep thinking... Probably because I would think that the capital of Dali would be Dali. That is their namesake. I don't think I'm going to get the loot for this. I did not get the loot for that. Alright then. They brought their troops all the way over there. That's so far away. Okay, I have a claim on that province. And I can fabricate a claim down there. I think what I wanted is a claim on this province, actually. So I'll go ahead and take that. Loot these last couple of provinces with urban development. And I should be able to make them force... I should be able to force them to transfer trade power. So they'll have to buy my goods. Plus war reps, power projection, and a little bit of ducats, since I can't take provinces. Noble concessions and disowned relative have expired. Okay, our relations with the aristocrats, I haven't done anything against the aristocrats, is 14. Also, our centralization is 31, so we actually started with pretty good centralization. I'm gonna yield concessions again. I don't think I'm gonna do fighting for a while after this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do special commissions to loyalists, which will give 7.5 noble loyalty for some discipline reduction, some army tradition. And then the last thing is disowning an unpopular relative. So I'll go ahead and do that as well. Get them to 88% loyalty. I'm going to do tax relief with the burghers. Take this province over here. Actually, let's fight this small stack over here. I'm going to not loot this province because I want to take that eventually. So let's go ahead and just do this deal. They give 10% war reps, transfer 50% of their trade. They're humiliated, 110 ducats, we get 50 of that. Not a huge windfall in terms of ducats, but does give power projection. And I also force them to transfer trade. So I get a forced trade partner. Alright, I'm gonna sell these two provinces. They will pay 378 ducats for that. Ooh, okay. I should have deleted that fort, actually. I was meaning to do that. That's alright. 400 ducats. Close to 400 ducats for that province. My army force limit is 13, so my force limit keeps dropping. Our king died. Okay. Our 4-3 took over. So I never got an advisor. Get rid of that guy again. He's an aristocrat. We don't want him. Okay, so we can begin a new alignment. For stability costs. Or negative relations with everybody. Yeah, let's do a new alignment. Jesus, okay, so... yeah, they really don't want the aristocrats and you to have a good relationship, apparently. Because if I align with the metropolitans, negative 20 relations between the aristocrats and the state. I think they nerfed those way too much. Those supports. Because they used to be 15, now they're 5. That's huge. Literally, if I don't ally with, or align with the aristocrats, it's negative 20. And I don't want to align with the aristocrats. I want to align with the metropolitans so I can start doing those reforms. They're forcing me to come into conflict with the aristocrats. Let's go ahead and do that. They gain 20 influence. Which puts them, should put them above the required amount for me to do a reform if I get to +1 stability ever. Then I could start that. Alright. Let's get rid of these aristocrats. Get out of here. I suppose I could always just, let's see if I can promote these guys. Yeah, that's the easier thing. They're also half price, so... Perfect. Alright, 3 Metropolitan Level 2 advisors. Half price. I'll roll a general. 4-1-2-1, so another siege pip general. Alright, I'm gonna end this part here and pick it up in the next part. Probably go till 1380 and then start the next plan at that point with my war chest that I've built up. Plus I have to sell this province as well, so that'll be even more ducats than that. Almost 3,000 ducats to start the next plan with. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.